Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Courageous Faith. I'm sorry. This is Courageous Faith with Kaye Giles. I thought of the morning show because we are in our afternoon commute here, and we are asking you guys for prayer because in our family a lot is going on, and we are just thankful to God for one who gives us the victory, and we're also thankful for the fact that through it all, God has been faithful. We are. I'm really just trying to, put my thoughts together because, it takes a lot to be courageous. There's a saying that goes around that people say from time to time that, you can tell if the enemy has someone because their life seems to be peachy keen. All is going well. Nothing goes wrong for them. But if you are a child of God and you are seeking Him diligently and you are holding on to your faith and you are being one of His chosen to do His will and His purpose, then that's when the enemy decides that he wants to come with full force. And I am under the conclusion that my little family is under attack but we will definitely claim the victory in this thing because we are courageous and we have faith in God, and we're going to put our works into play because what do we know about faith? That one thing we do know is that faith without works is dead, and we are going to put in the work most definitely in the kingdom of God in order for things to go wonderful. So this afternoon on Courageous Faith, as a family, we're here. We have the little bishop, we have Zachariah in the back, we have Evangelist Tiffany Giles who's in the back as well. We have Prophetess Chanel Robinson with us on today. And the one thing we want you guys to know is that in our little family commute on today, we are believing God for everything, and we are grateful to Him for everything. Because we want you to say a prayer for Chanel because she's going to have surgery on Thursday. We just found that out after leaving the orthopedic surgeon's office, and today is Tuesday. So it must be very serious when you walk in, he sees you and he says, I'll see you Thursday. Because we're going to have to cut your little leg open. So, we're just asking God to be faithful in that vein, and we're going to be courageous and have faith that all will be well, and she will be able to do all that she does, back to her dancing as beautifully as she does. Isn't it the thing of the enemy that once you make up your mind that you're going to serve God 100% and fully, that he tries to come in like a flood to knock you out and take you out? I have told this child again and again, year after year, that your feet are your blessing because she is a dancer. And the enemy, he just hates the fact that she's a dancer. Whether it's classical, ballet, tap, whatever, whether it's dancing for God, whether it's just dancing, secularly, it doesn't matter. He has been after her feet because she has a gift for it. So, we are definitely praying and asking God for, His blessings in that area. But let's talk about being courageous. Let's talk about making sure that we succeed in our lives. And what I want to tell you guys again, you can always go to the website, and that is www.recaptureyourdreamlife.com. And that starts on June 5th, where we teach you how to recapture your dream life. You don't have to sit around acting as if you can't have what you want. You need to get up, get out, get into it, get it on to be strong, to make sure that you get your life back on track. How do I know? Because I did it, I'm doing it, and it's going wonderful for me. I know you may say, oh, well, how is it going so great? I really only see you do, 2 live videos. But if you guys don't know, every Sunday I come to you with the Courageous Faith radio show from 5 to 7 on Sador Radio. And if you don't have the app with the live and direct marketplace, you can get that from the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store, and you can join me on Sundays. I give you some awesome gospel music, and we have great commentary, and we talk about just about anything. And the topic that we're talking about now on the radio show is the Did My Heart Love Till Now series on toxic relationships, which has been being a blessing to many as well as to myself, and it is definitely growing greater than me. It's bigger than me. It's not even about me. I just was the person that God used as the messenger. But the initiative for people not to have toxic relationships, whether it's with your spouse, whether it's with your significant other, your children, your parents, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, your nieces, your job, your church, family, no matter what it is, we've covered the topic. And so the book is going pretty good, and so is the devotional on toxic relationships. So I'm very excited about that. But I want you guys to understand that when you have a dream, you can't let it die. You can't let it die just because you feel like you can't accomplish it. Today, I had the pleasure of, listening on my drive to Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she preached a sermon called Empty Hands. That's what it was called, and it was a very, very good sermon that she preached at the Potter's house, and it was awesome because she talked about she used Samson as the topic of her conversation, and how, we all know that God gave him incredible strength, and he had the hair, and the one thing he wasn't supposed to do was cut his hair. But the one thing about Samson, that everything that he did, what he didn't need is he didn't need anything to defeat any enemy or any foe that he came up against, because what did God give him? God gave him empty hands, and as long as his hands were empty, God would allow him to use his hands to wreak havoc and destruction on his enemies. So when I was listening to her, and I was thinking about being courageous, and I was thinking about having faith, and how we're supposed to pursue our dreams and do exactly what we love, I was like, oh my God, this just lines right up for courageous faith, because this is so awesome. You have to be reminded that God can take nothing and turn it into something. So if you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out how you're going to make it happen, how you're going to allow your life to grow, how you're going to actually, begin that dream, how you're going to buy that dream home, or how you're going to get that car, or how you're going to ask for that raise on your job, all you have to do is make sure that you just do what it takes. You have to do your part. You can't have faith in God and not do any work. That's what has to be done. So I'm encouraging anybody that has a dream to definitely join me in, recapturing your dream life. Go to recaptureyourdreamlife.com, sign up for the class. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to get 7 nights with me, and then it's going to be 21 days. It takes 21 days to change your life, if you didn't know that. It takes 21 days for a habit to become a part of you. So if you do something consecutively for 21 days, the next thing you'll know is it'll be a part of your lifestyle. It'll be a part of the way that you move, the way you breathe, and the way you do things. So if you want to lose weight, do it for 21 days, and I guarantee you, if you change your eating habits for 21 days, day 22 is going to be just like riding a bike. You're going to be doing it just like this. How do I know I did it? If you want to make sure that you're going to get something done, start doing it for 21 days. You're going to get it done. And I guarantee you that definitely works. So what we're going to show you how to do when you're recapturing your dream life at recaptureyourdreamlife.com, we're going to give you those necessary tools to get you on track to living your dream life and getting you there. Now, what it's not going to do is you're not going to be a millionaire overnight, because you're going to have to do the work. Yes, you're going to have to make the list. Yes, we know, if you know anything about me, you know anything about Courageous Faith, God's Morning, KRG Limited, KayeGiles.com, I am a list person. I like to make a list. I like to put things down on paper, and I like to check it off, and it's worked for me. It's gotten me to a place where life is becoming manageable. And one thing, I was talking to my daughter as we were on this ride, I said, I was wondering, with what all today was going on, what should I talk about? And she laughed, and she said, you need to talk about work and life balance. And I was laughing, and I was like, I'm still working on that. But then as I think about it, all the things as an entrepreneur that I accomplished by having that balance. And you're saying, okay, so you still work a 9 to 5. We understand that. Yes, I do. You're very right. I still work that 9 to 5, but it's on a part-time basis. So therefore, my entrepreneurial aspect, my entrepreneurial dreams are being fulfilled. And with that, I can work my own schedule, and that's what makes it a blessing for me. And working my own schedule puts me to a place where I could be there today when my daughter had to go to see the orthopedic surgeon to find out if she actually did have to have surgery. When the kids' bus was a little behind schedule, I was able to swing past and grab them from the school, without worrying or trying to imagine how they were going to get home, because they didn't have transpasses or tokens to jump on SEPTA, which would have definitely drove me to up a wall, because to have my kids on SEPTA without me would just blow my mind. I can't see it happening. I know children do it every day, and there's nothing wrong with it, but for me, it's like, wait a minute, I didn't ride SEPTA until I got a job, so, it's just one of those things, as a parent. But I'm grateful for that, and as an entrepreneur, I get to do all these things, and that was a part of my dream. A part of my dream was to be able to make money on my own without having to be micromanaged, without having to have someone over my head talking to me every 5 minutes about what they needed, what their deadline was. I had to actually get up, get out, get into it, and start pushing my own dreams and getting them down and off the paper and manifest it. I had to manifest my purpose. And that's the next thing that we're going to start dealing with here on Courageous Faith. We're going to start dealing with manifesting your purpose. And then I also want to offer to my Courageous Faith online watchers that we have a contest going on. A contest is going on right now. It's Proverbs 29:11. What you have to do is you have to, for one, tell me what it says verbatim, and then you have to tell me it verbatim in my favorite version that I like reading right now. So you would have to have been on the radio show on Sunday to figure out which version do you need to send me the scripture in my inbox along with your t-shirt size, because then you'll get to win one of the t-shirts, the Toxicologist hashtag t-shirts, hashtag the Toxicologist, and on the back it says the Courageous Faith Show with Kaye Giles. And the t-shirts are very nice. They're female friendly for females, and for the males it's a male shirt. So that's the contest that we definitely have going on. But please, ma'am, please, sir, come on, mister. Oh, Jesus. Let me tell y'all something. If you have a luxury car, I would like for you to know that your car, this is just my little funny tidbit side note, if you have a luxury car, I would like for you to know that your luxury car can be crashed, demolished, and totaled just like any other car on the road. I am under the impression, stop laughing, Bubba, I'm under the impression that luxury car owners have a entitlement complex when driving. I just had a Maserati do something that was just crazy in front of all of us as we're entering Lincoln Drive. So I had to put that out there to you. Just as safely as you may have driven your Toyota, your Honda, your Acura, your Mazda, your Ford, please drive your luxury car just as careful and just as, knowing that it will get totaled like everybody else is. That's my little sidebar. Be courageous in being nice on the road. That's my little rant. Pray for me, guys, because I didn't know that I had road rage as bad as I do. I had no idea. But I think once you reach your 6th anniversary of your 40th, you better not say it the right way. Y'all heard me. Don't say it the right way. So once you've had your 6th anniversary of your 40th, your tolerance is a little low for some stuff. And then it's big for other things, you have to weigh the differences. But that's neither here nor there. I want you guys to definitely be courageous in all that you do. I want you to get out, get your dreams done. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. I always tell people, if you look at Abraham and when God sent him out and made him a great nation, Sarah was old, but she had that son. She had Isaac. She had him because that was their desire. They may have shipwrecked along the way, sending in a handmaiden, and then, we got Ishmael and we got all that going on. But still, no matter how old they were, God kept his promise. So therefore, if you're looking at, getting your dreams together, if you're looking at finishing your degree, if you're looking at, going back to school and just even starting a degree, do it. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because you most definitely can do it. I was thinking about when I did my weight loss journey and how courageous I was in starting that, because I wanted my life. My son, he was little and he was very energetic, which he still is, very energetic. And I wanted to live so that I could keep up with him. And what I learned in my journey of